Hello, thank you so much for coming. It's great to have you here, and this is what I'm sharing with you today. The lazy loose medium size knotless braid. So stick around and learn each step with me. And I'm gonna take you through the simple steps on how many times and size to add on each strand and how to make the tails look loose, okay? And most importantly, how to part and balance this hairstyle, okay? So I have the center part as my guide, the way you're seeing, and the middle part will help me to block the center part until I get to the crown, okay? So every braid and side parts will come from the center parts, okay? So I do hope you understand. And to begin the knotless braids, I'm dividing the hair into 3 equal parts, the way you're seeing. Then I'm gonna hold the hair firm enough, and only braid once before adding the first braid, okay? So on each strand individually, I'm gonna be adding 3 pieces of braids to make them even, okay? Yeah, take your time when doing this because at the roots it has to be seamless, and after adding the first piece of braid you're gonna have an extra hair without the braid, so don't worry about that. And now I've just fed in the next piece of braid, so I'm only braiding once before adding the next piece of braid. So I do hope you can see that clearly. So do take your time and remember to do this firmly, not too tight, so that the scalp is gonna be relaxed, okay? So up to this point, I'm gonna braid 1.5 inch before I begin to loosen my braiding pattern, and that's what make it the lazy loose. It makes it the lazy loose braids, okay? And I am using the block method or a bricklayer to avoid visible gaps, and that way it helps the style to look fuller, okay? So I do hope you understand and you're getting everything right, what I'm trying to let you learn with me today, okay? So thank you so much for watching up to this point. And on each strand I am adding 3 pieces of braids, okay? So it's actually 2 pieces of braids, but the first piece I just divided it into 2, so we're gonna see that, and this is how it's gonna look like. So beautiful. So here we go. So on each strand I am feeding in 3 pieces of braids like this, okay? So it's actually 2 pieces, but the first one I just divided it into 2, the way you're seeing. So when we combine them, we have exactly 3 pieces of braids, okay? So I do hope you're getting it right, okay? So when braiding, you need to ensure to apply the correct amount of tension to avoid scalp damage, and also try to keep the natural hair underneath the braids, because the braid pattern is loose and the hair should remain hidden, so that the loose pattern gonna be more visible. And yeah, so like that it will be more beautiful, and you can still use this method for short hair and still achieve the same look, okay? So I'm really trying to do this slow as a beginner guide to make it clear, as you can see my finger movement, and also how to add the braids, okay? So when adding the braids, ensure you need to ensure you're holding everything firmly, so that when adding the braids it just appears seamless, okay? And that way it just makes the braid smooth and uniform from the roots to the tips, and you're gonna achieve polished braids, okay? so much for catching up with me up to this point, and I am still here with you. It's great to still have you here at this point so that you can really understand what I'm trying to let you learn with me today, okay? So since I'm doing medium-sized braids at the back, or let me say behind the ear, I have 3 clean rows the way you're seeing. So this is the first part. So in general, I have 3 parts. The back part that I'm done, the back part that I am done braiding, and then we're gonna have the middle part, and lastly the crown part. Okay, so this is so beautiful, and from here now I'm gonna go ear to ear as the second part, or part B, and still I'm maintaining the center part, okay? And I'm gonna have clean 4 strands on each side, and I have the middle strand so that when we combine them, it's actually 9 strands on each row, okay? So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4.5, okay? And I'm gonna do the same thing on the left side, so I do hope you understand, okay? So from the center, in simple words, it's 4.5, and you can use clips to you can use clips to hold the sections that you're not working on, and make sure everything is even, okay? So I'm gonna have 4 clean rows. 4 clean rows, as I have mentioned earlier, until I get to the crown part, okay? So take your time and make sure you're using the right comb, or if you don't have the professional comb, you can use the tail comb, and yeah, so make sure you use the clips to secure the sections that you're not working on, and that way you're gonna have even parts, okay? So I do hope you understand, and up to this point, I do hope everything is clear, and if you have any question, make sure you drop them in the comment section, and I promise I'm gonna be answering everything, okay? So previously I did a knotless braids using bold purple, but I was doing large knotless braids. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below so that you can get to see the difference between large knotless braids and medium size braids, okay? And you can get to see the difference, and I do hope you can give it a try. And from what you're learning with me today, I know I'm not that perfect, but at least this guide can help someone who is a beginner for knotless braid. So if if there is any mistake, I do hope you can adjust it on your own flair when you give this hairstyle a try, okay? Yeah, now with that said, I do consider this as a protective hairstyle because the scalp is more accessible, and she can moisturize and treat her scalp whenever she may feel like. And also, when braiding, it's a better protective styling for different zones. Since I am using the bricklayer, I can actually place the larger braids in areas that tolerate more weight, and maybe I can also adjust at the front, mostly on the hairline. I can reduce the weight, okay? So don't forget, at this point is where I am extending the tails, so that the tails is gonna match from the front to the back, okay? So I do hope you understand. And yeah, so it's as simple as that. Make sure you take your time, and you're gonna have a neat knotless braiding. You're gonna have neat knotless braids, and maybe you're gonna have, you're gonna achieve something neater and beautiful more than what you're watching. Okay. Yeah, I am still here with you, and we've come a long way, and we are almost done. So, up to this point, I do hope everything is clear enough for you to understand. And I used 7 bundles of braids, 24-inch, and this is color 1B. And it took me 8 hours to achieve this hairstyle because I did everything by myself, and also we took almost 1.5 hours for break. Okay, so at the crown part here, I'm still doing the same thing, but uh, I do prefer to make the parting before you begin to do the braiding for precision. Okay, so I do hope you understand, and I'm still doing the same thing, dividing the hair into 3, and then I'm gonna feed in the pieces of braid. So it's as simple as that. So I do hope you're finding this helpful, and you're willing to give it a try. Okay, so stick around, and I will let you know how to maintain this hairstyle. Okay. yeah, we are done with the first part, the second part, and the third part. So this is so beautiful and clean. So this is the right side and the left side. So once everything is set, I'm gonna go with the sheen spray. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the extra two pieces of braids from the crown to just block at the line, and I'm just using the sheen spray to add shine on the braids. And this is so beautiful and light, and I do hope you can give this a try. Okay, so this is very light and easy to maintain. So bye, and I'll see you in my next video.